I don't know if you're gonna make it.
I need Lumi. I just drink the Lumi.
He's got low blood sugar. Quick.
Yeah,
Please read this.
and you're like behind the dog and the.
No, don't make it like I'm reach-arounding her.
No, you were eating the dog's ass. I'm being very clear.
It's purple and it tastes great.
You can drink it, mop with it. It doesn't matter. It might be gin.
Makes you feel good.
Have a sip, mop your floor. I don't know. Who cares anymore?
Guys, welcome to Anniewood episode 45. Great president. Great episode. We have Gareth Reynolds. Ooh, we have such a good episode today. This is really...
Annie was cracking and cracking.
I would
was
say
cracking.
that this might be one of the funniest. Gareth Reynolds is one of the funniest people I've ever met. I think he brings out the best in all around him, me especially, because I'm the only one with me all the time. And it's a great episode. I loved it. We were laughing. I will say that Todd and I the next day were just like,
I never met him before this, and he had me dying the whole time.
Well, I told you, then now they're not going to watch if they know you were laughing. Gareth might be your worst enemy then, because he made Todd laugh the entire episode. Your least favorite thing, the laughter and joy of another person. Todd and I were recounting different jokes the next day. I was texting Gareth some highlights.
So comment your highlights in the comments, guys.
Comment your favorite jokes in the comments. Make sure to comment. Take a moment to comment your comments in the comments.
Don't forget to subscribe, guys. We passed 100 subscribers.
Guys, we're getting a plaque. Plaque's on the way.
Plaque's on the way. We passed 100 subscribers, but we're still at about 50% of you guys are unsubscribed.
Yes.
So hit that subscription, hit that bell.
Subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications. Things are going great. We love the podcast.
Hit
we love
that
you
like.
guys.
Those likes go a long way. Guys, we never ask you for anything. We don't ask you for money. We don't ask you for anything. We're not like some of these other podcasts that are always asking
Sometimes
for
we
things.
ask you to buy, maybe
a
something to help your beehole. The things we ask you to do are to help yourself.
Exactly.
Okay, we get help too. No, this was a great episode. I'm still high off of it. It was so fun.
Where are you going to be this weekend?
I can't even believe it that last weekend I was at a rave, and this weekend I'm going to be in my favorite city, San Francisco. You guys, come see me, San Francisco. I'm going to be at Cobb's Comedy Club. I have 4 shows. It's going to be great. Look, the special's approaching. The final hours are upon us, so these are very important weekends for me. So please be there to support it. Can't wait to see you guys. Next Wednesday is Anniewood and Friends at the Comedy Store. Right now we have Robbie Hoffman, who you've seen sitting right here topless. You've also seen her on Good Morning America and all over the news because she is dating my favorite bachelorette, Gabby. We have Greg Fitzsimmons, who was the first or second episode. Was he the first episode?
Second.
He was the second episode. My dear friend, Grapefruit Fitzgibbons. We have Mark Maron, who also sat here. I love him. He's a co-New Mexican. He's also going to be there. And we possibly have
a special guest
who you may have seen me on his TV show. After that, I'm going to be in New York City running my hour, just 2 shows on the 24th of this month. I'll be at the Stand. That's a Sunday. I have on those shows Janine Garofalo and Ari Shafir. All right, then next month I'm going to be in Austin, which I went to Austin. It was very fun. Went to the mothership. It's beautiful. I will be in Austin October 6th and 7th. Get your tickets, okay? It's a big room. It better sell out because if not, there's a lot of echoes. Let's go, baby. Then I'm going to be at La Jolla shooting my special on the 13th and 14th of October. Then we have other dates. I'm going to be San Jose, Houston, a bunch of other places, but we're not worried about, we're pre-special. That's what we're focusing on. I can't wait to see you guys. I'm very excited about all this stuff. I love you guys. You are going to scream during this episode. Right below, if you think Gareth and I should quit all our other jobs and start a podcast together.
And like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell, baby.
Welcome to Anniewood.
Oh, welcome to Anniewood. We have one of my favorite people I haven't seen in a very long time.
Yeah. I'm late in the series to be one of your favorite people.
You were first in Inspiration, second, maybe
Yeah,
third.
that's right.
Second, third, first.
But then we didn't get picked up to series, and you blamed me for that's
yeah,
a lot of the.
It actually,
that's a lot of behind the scenes.
The numbers
stuff.
were so low that
well,
I was
the network had the note they wanted me replaced.
Well, this actually, these are not real cameras. They're not on.
This is a very
This
strange.
is just for you. This is Make-A-Wish.
Oh my god, this is so awkward, but it is my dream. I'm still wearing a lav, by the way. I come pre-laved.
I like that you have you're doing bits from out before the
yeah. I'm gonna do some dog poop stuff. I got a bunch of it's all callbacks to off-camera stuff. Since
but
it's not being
Gareth,
recorded.
Gareth and I met. We have actually maybe the best.
Because of you.
And by the way, this is true psychotic Annie Lederman. This is a regular day in the life for me, but it is the way it unfolded was really good. So we had a mutual friend who wanted us to be friends really bad.
Yep.
So when I met you, I was extra charged up. I was excited to meet you. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
And then, it was
we stood around, we chatted for 15 minutes.
There was a lot of people there.
Yeah, it was a festival.
It was a festival
sort.
or something. We were at Caroline's RIP.
Yep. Now it's a ping pong laser tag facility or whatever.
I think there's ping pong's coming out of.
Pong.
Is it owned by what's her name? What's her name from
Caroline? No. Oh yeah, right.
I forgot her name. Susan Sarandon is a ping pong.
Is that right?
Woman, yeah, she's a owner of ping pong things.
Ping pong woman is a term that I'm glad that we've taken back because it used to mean
the
something
women in
totally
Vietnam
different.
really took it.
We finally, yes, this is for you, redemption,
Vietnam,
women of Vietnam.
We're done.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we were at this, and I don't think Todd knows this story. So we were hanging out. There was a lot of people that I was meeting that I was excited to meet, and a lot of conversations going on. I thought that I had this conversation with you about how when people say they want to see a picture of my dog, I send them a picture of my dog's pussy.
Yeah. And you thought this conversation had happened between us.
I thought we had talked about it, and that you thought it was really funny. Because whoever I told laughed. So, and by the way, completely sober.
Yeah.
I was just drunk with laughter. There were so many new comedians I was meeting. It was fun. We were having a good time.
Yeah, you met a lot of English-ish comedians, and you sort of conflated us.
You know who I confused you with?
No. Oh, yeah, I do, and that's insane.
But I don't even know if we're allowed to say his name.
I don't think we are. It's like Beetlejuice. He appears.
It's not. You can't say his name, or you get immediately taken a deep platform from everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I've had this conversation with you, and it's an old gag of ours at this point.
Yeah.
So I get your email from our friend.
Yeah.
And I blast your email. I'm like, this is very important. I'm like, tell him I need to send him something. It's an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
And I send you a giant picture of my dog's pussy.
Yeah, in the email one where you're like, what? And I was like,
this is really important. Please read this.
And you're behind the dog and the.
No, don't make it like I'm reach arounding her.
No, you were eating the dog's ass. I'm being very clear. But so you're you're eating your dog's ass. No, but you're holding it, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Because it is just very clearly your dog's pussy.
Yeah, and you just wrote back, is this your dog's vag?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that was
you vag blasted me?
I was like, that was Owen Benjamin I was talking to about that.
Yeah. and then so
I knew the reveal was gonna be good for you.
But that made us.
But it was bonded.
Yeah.
It was so.
Then we had more to talk about.
And then, by the way, that was the first time I'd ever been embarrassed sending my dog's vagina. It was like, oh my God, this is humiliating.
Yeah. You finally saw the downside to your policy.
Whoa.
You're like, whoa.
But isn't that funny that I had just had a picture on my phone of my dog's little cute little hairy outie vagina she had.
It was a beautiful dog. For those of you who haven't seen it, it is a beautiful dog pussy. And I'm not one of these guys who loves them. I see a lot of dog gine, and I go, yeah, I'm not into. This was really, it was captivating.
But the moment of me having to go back in time and realize that
explain.
I was just like, oh my God, it was.
Well, your follow-up email is the best one.
What was the follow-up?
I don't even remember, but to have to be like, so I had a conversation and I do this bit where I send my dog's vagina as a picture of my, and I'm like, sorry.
It's so funny to send an unsolicited.
We talked about how this will be a ping pong table center one day. Yeah.
An unsolicited dog vagina pic.
The backtrack dog puss. The second email's the email. That's the one that should be framed.
But that was a beautiful beginning. I mean, that was a beautiful.
It was, and then we
we fell off.
We'd see each other because I remember when you moved to LA, and you were one of those people where I was like, oh, like we would do. Remember we did mics and we met that guy Bill.
Well, we didn't even think they were mics. We didn't think that. I wish I had those like text messages. They were so good.
Yes.
We had a bit. We did a show that ended up being an open mic. It was pretty painful. And there was this guy, Bill, there who was
young.
Yeah, I think he succeeded. You might know who he is.
I bet he did.
He was like a weirdo.
If he's doing
Bill.
Better than me, though, I don't want to know.
Nobody's doing better than you.
You are. I don't want to. If Bill is doing better than me, I don't want to know.
Only person doing better than you is Dave Anthony, and that's because he's got you next to him.
Thank you.
Anyway, Bill, he's like I want to say he would wear like a bow tie or something to open mics. He's like a weird looking kid.
In LA?
Yeah. He was a character.
Yeah.
I feel like he got on commercials or something eventually.
Well, we just like loved him.
We loved him.
You just. Well, then we started like competing about like, hey, Bill and I are at the pool.
Never hung out with Bill.
Yeah.
We saw him one time.
Yeah.
And one time my favorite, so we would just, we'd be competing like, oh, there's Bill. I'd be like, well, send me a pic. So then we'd have to try to like make something blurry.
And
like,
I just sent you a picture of your dog's pussy. I was like, here's me and Bill.
I'm like, Bill's hot.
Yeah, Bill's
That's
great.
a tight Bill.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Yeah, Bill's doing good. Bill's got a lot of white wizard hair on
But
him.
my favorite one was I sent you, I was like, yeah, I got to tell you, Bill's into some like weird things. Here's a picture of last time I saw him. And I drew like eyeballs on these spoons and I put them on like I had a pillow tilted like this. So I made it look like he had like a KKK hoodie on. Like, I don't know. And I hung him from
like the level
I was doing like arts and crafts.
20 minutes.
I'll tell you, I never went to a store to like purchase anything from them. But the bit was fun. It was a fun bit. I don't know when it died, but it eventually.
Bill's in my car. So.
If he walked in now.
Oh my God.
If you figured out a way to get Bill to walk in.
Oh man. Oh, and he's holding the dog puss pic. Annie Lederman, this is your life.
We bring Owen Benjamin. We're like, he's back.
Oh my God. Just everything.
There's a picture of me from that night just laughing so like Owen Benjamin saying something. There's like 4 girls and we're laughing so hard.
The charm.
Oh my God. So you have a new podcast.
Yep.
You're moving up in cloud. I said, oh, we got to have him on.
I know.
I'm one step closer to Zooey Deschanel.
Yes. And at least you got the pronunciation
I'm trying to get to the Property Brothers.
Yeah. Oh,
I kind of got them.
Well, how? Are you sure?
I tweeted about them a lot.
Okay.
And they're like available to tweet back.
They're okay.
Like,
are you sure
you know the people that are like around?
Yeah, yeah. It's
they're
often
like
shocking.
kind of searching their name. They're kind of going like, are people thinking about me?
Yep.
And this was years ago. This is way before X, okay? This was like Twitter. This is when it was like...
You realize X has only been around for like 3 months.
I know, but I'm trying to paint a
This was a while ago.
This was back in...
This was 2022.
The pandemic had just ended a year before.
Yeah. Let me take you back.
No, this was when Twitter was like, I thought of a fun pun and I'm going to put it on Twitter and see how it goes and then try it on stage at a mic in front of this guy, Bill, who turns out he's kind of a...
Yeah.
Oh my God, we have a Tripoli connection too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do.
It was like you made Tripoli. You used to do the Playboy Radio with Tripoli.
That was where I met Dave, who I do the dollop with. Yeah. And
you're like, I got to jump ship. Things are getting weird over here at Playboy.
Well, it was never my thing. It was like I was like a role player on like a crazy team. But he Sam would there would be like the porn stars, and I would just be sitting there like with free weed, being like, "This is insane." Searching for puns.
Sam is so I love him so much. Yeah. He's definitely mad at me or doesn't like me anymore, but I love him forever.
Send him a picture of the dog puss. That's the best.
I know, Sam. I got something for you. But anyway, okay. So you and Jake Johnson are doing a show now.
So Jake Johnson and I have a podcast, which is a call-in advice show called "We're Here to Help." And I can see by your face you don't think I'm qualified to dish out advice to people, but that's kind of the ruse.
He's doing great though. The good thing is he's doing great.
He's doing great.
I saw him walking in the I won't say the neighborhood, but a very beautiful neighborhood. I used to live near
Studio City. You can say it. It's gorgeous.
Was it Studio City?
No. But what an area.
I was like, well, maybe it wasn't him.
No. Yeah, no, he's doing very well. Yeah, I mean, I've known Jake for ever. I met him doing improv 15 years ago, which is not really the best opening. But but yeah, so we just like hit it off, and then like he became very famous, and Bill and I have just been doing stuff on the side, and then I pitched him this idea a while ago, and then it like took him a year or two, and then he was like, yeah, let's try it.
So no, I know everyone that was successful in television are like, what are these podcast things? And then it's like,
oh
oopsie.
yeah,
Now
well he
like,
loves it now.
Yeah.
Now that we're like
so awesome,
we're starting to put him out, and like he just loves it.
No, podcasting's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And it's
fun and it's easy.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Thinking about like sitting in a trailer.
Oh yeah.
Waiting to do stuff. It's like a nightmare. I will still take the roles.
As will I, obviously, and do anything to get the parts.
And literally anything. I'm telling you, I'm usually I have a lot of chapstick on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And
ready
I put
to go.
this on my bivalve. Is that right? I don't know. I put
it is actually vaginal.
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen the woman. I wish. Is this a sponsor?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not going to. It's great. It's just the woman's aggressive. She's like, I put it in my in my ass, and they always smell like shit, but not anymore. And I'm like, lady, I'm watching Jeopardy right now.
Do you know how excited I am to meet this woman?
Oh, I bet.
I literally said to my ad leader, I was like, I gotta meet her.
Oh yeah,
I gotta meet her. I want to be like, what? Tell me your inspiration.
Oh, and she's like, well,
Tell
I was
me
walking
the day.
around.
It was definitely
It was a humid day, and dogs were following me home.
It was definitely a one-night stand.
Yeah, there was some guy who was like,
tell me the one-night stand that launched your career.
So I woke up in puke that wasn't mine.
But there's a deodorant that they have that's so good.
Yeah. I love Lumi. I put it on all my dogs' pussies. I love this stuff personally.
She's got to come up with a dog pussy line, honestly.
We're ready.
My dog's dead. Do you understand how bad her pussy smells now?
It is bad.
It stinks.
Stop sending pictures now. It's just really horrible what you're doing.
It's getting skinny.
It's a crime. It's not good. It looks really like skinny. Emaciated puss. Not good.
Oh, it's horrible.
It coughed. But like you said, I mean, he just.
And people call in.
So we have people call in. We have like a producer.
And are they calling in at the time you're there and you're talking to them? Or are you like pausing?
We do it live.
Okay, that's good.
So we can ask them questions and do follow-ups. Yeah, that was really like, I don't know. I always used to listen to those when I would drive in LA and stuff and just be like.
Are you a prank call guy?
I mean, when Star 69 was invented, I found out about it because of a prank call. I'll put it that way. I was one of the guys who was like, stop doing it. They got me. So yeah, I used to love a prank call. Yeah.
Star 69 was everything. Yeah.
Well, it was really bad.
It's ruined now. It's really hard to
I still Star 69 people. It doesn't work, but it's fun. But no, I remember we were pranking one guy regularly. And I was at my buddy's place on a Friday night. I mean, whatever. I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And we had pranked him again. We're like, job well done. Let's go, do whatever. Then his mom called us in and explained it. And we learned about the new technology,
and
Star
you were like,
69.
no, it wasn't us. And they're like, yes, it was.
I was like, where's the evidence, madam? And it was like, Star 69. And I was like, uh-huh.
What's the one that blocks your number,
Star 67.
67.
It's an interesting little battle we've got going on.
I miss it all because now you can't. It's like if
I think Star 67 still works, doesn't it?
But then it's private.
Yeah, then it's like
and you don't want. I want none of this.
No one answers.
It's like I will say that there was a time in my career where I was so excited for any opportunity that if there was a number that wasn't private but was a number I didn't know, I was like, "There's a chance this is something big."
Hollywood.
This is something big.
Often, yeah. And
I'll pick it up.
Bill collector, and you'd be like, God damn it.
Bill collector or someone like with like doing like a silly voice. Like someone tried to prank me.
Recently?
It was like 2 years ago. And
this is like ages ago. This is pre-X.
This is
So we're talking ages ago.
Guys, do you even remember what you were doing?
What did we call it before X?
It was like a year after you wore a mask.
I don't remember that.
Are you going to mask up again?
I mean,
you're one of those.
I masked pre-COVID on planes.
You're Asian?
I am Asian.
Oh my God. I'm surrounded by Asians.
Big reveal. I knew you.
They do know each other.
So on planes I will, but
on planes I should because I fall asleep with my mouth agape.
I just got the flu many times flying.
You're weak.
I am weak. So I am someone who needs to.
Oh.
I know.
That's why you're here. I don't know if you're going to make it.
I need Lumi. I
That's
just
what
drink
wakes
the
you up.
Lumi.
He's got low blood sugar. Quick.
Walk through the wall. Lumi. But I don't see society doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the political part done.
Finally, that's out of the way.
Would you ever wear a Trump hat? We grab it. You got to put this on. You can't
That's
do the
what
podcast.
I do. I'll wear a mask and a Trump
And a
hat.
Trump hat.
I just like
That's
to throw the
fun.
vibe out where people are like, "Who is this
I wear a Trump
man?"
hat, but I wear it sideways. So
Yeah.
people are like, "Ooh, is she kooky or not?"
What I do is I do mask, MAGA hat, Jill Stein shirt,
I love it.
and I walk around
Bottomless,
no bottom, and tucked with Lumi, with a lot of Lumi just wedged into whatever pube I have, little pube zone. Yeah, I like to set, and TSA can be tricky.
Whatever pube.
Yeah, whatever pube deal I got going on, Mohawk,
It's a little
V's.
patchy up here. Is that what you're telling us?
It's very similar. I match it. The carpet matches the drapes. It's not all there. But yeah, I'm waiting for this to fill in at some point. Maybe in my 60s? I don't know.
He's like the only Asian man with a beard.
Yeah, you
that
got a
I've ever
good
met.
full one going.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
don't think I'm Asian because of it.
And how
Nobody thinks so. It's actually.
Are you
it's-
going more Asian comedy now because your fiance's? Yeah, are you?
Everybody, get
You've
ready.
got the
Get up.
pass. You've got the pass. You
No,
feel?
I do tell people, I'm like, I'm almost full Asian. It's happening. It is. Well, I think because I do the podcast with Kalila too, and we're in the Bobby verse. It's like I have gotten a lot of.
You feel like
I have an
you're-
Asian following.
Yeah, that's good.
Don't say it like it's not.
Well, I mean, if you want, no, I'm down. Anyone,
like,
I'll take any
"That's
market,
good."
any demo.
No, I love it. I do great in San Francisco, which I will be soon. What do you think about this? Have you ever gone to Burning Man?
No.
But this was going to be. I wanted to go to this one too. I wanted to go to this one.
My buddy goes every year, and he
Is anyone I know?
no.
Okay.
No, Sam Tripoli. But he loves it.
I actually will never go to Burning Man unless I'm with Sam Tripoli. Now that you've said
You
that.
were really gonna go?
Okay, last year we wanted to go, and Whitney was like, "We'll go next year."
Has
Just like
she's
last
gone?
minute. Whitney turned 40 last year, so it was like her 40th birthday party. And she's like, "Should we go to Burning Man?" But it was like a day before Burning. Like it was, we
Right.
couldn't get it together. She's like, "We'll do it next year," and now she's pregnant.
Yeah. Well, you picked a good year to skip.
Or would this have been the best year?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's very muddy. I don't know.
But I just found out that the mud actually like is acidic and like burning people, which is so funny.
well, I'm sure
It is,
they're probably
okay.
trying to eat it if it has acid in it.
When Fabio was on the.
By the way,
Fabi is the.
let's now move in the direction of Fabi
okay.
here on out.
When Fabi.
We all
There are
remember.
no accidents.
We all remember pre-Fabi when he was Fabio. Not anymore. Sorry, asshole. Fabi. Once that seagull hit you on the roller coaster, you
But
became Fabi.
when the seagull had Fabi.
Oh, we'll go Fabi. Are we just moving him to Fabulous? This is sponsored. He paid for this.
By Fabuloso, actually, the cleaner. So.
The liquor store mop fluid.
Yes. It's purple and it tastes great.
You can drink it, mop with it. It doesn't matter. It might be gin.
Makes you feel good.
Have a sip, mop your floor. I don't know. Who cares anymore?
When it hit him, when the bird hit him,
Yeah, the best thing
it
that
was
ever
like
happened.
God. Like I really remember going like God is
real. He sees me.
Another moment was when Michael Jackson. When he put blanket over and the foot got stuck. Do you remember when blanket's foot got stuck and it kind of like plopped over and like wiggled?
Yeah.
I was like, that foot getting caught was for me.
Just quickly, we really didn't know how well we had it when he was being a father for those. It was
worth it. Well, I'm sorry for any trauma you guys have, but
yes,
thank you.
Yeah,
You did us a service.
It was and a surface, which brings us back to Fabuloso.
A very clean
It's
surface.
a very unbelievable
It was shining
surface.
out.
And your floor might remain purple, but that's a decision that the fluid has made for you.
I like purple floors. Purple's a
You
great
better,
color.
Yeah.
It's a great color.
Yeah.
Now, those two moments, sometimes when I look at my dog's funny.
Yeah.
You have a funny cat.
Yes.
And it's weird when your animals are actually funny. You're like, this was meant for me. This animal.
Yes. No, I have definitely. I feel like I have a cat. I have a cat who, like, when I mention my cat at shows, definitely has more support than I do.
Yeah. It's a sturdy cat.
Mylan is my comedy,
so
let's be honest. Not great.
Well, wait, remember when the guy had a heart attack at your show?
Oh, crazy.
He lived, right?
He did live.
If he died, this would be so rough.
And it would be amazing.
This would be like, can we talk about Owen Benjamin again? Let's go back to that.
Some lighter subject.
Can we talk shit on my sponsors more?
Let's lumi it up again, shall we? What was amazing too was that they got the guy on a stretcher in like 10 to 15 minutes. So
you were like, this is like a regular check drop.
Yeah. Totally.
This is like,
should we have him pay the tabs while this man fights for life? It maybe just seems like we could just kind of kill two birds. Not kill, sorry, sir. Good Lord. Live two birds with one. I don't know. Just get the checks out there. Everyone order at once. Yeah, and I just like, I heard chatter off to the side.
Yeah.
And like you're sometimes doing that mental calculation of like, how much do I want to shut him up? How much do I want to stick to the joke? And it got so bad that I started leaning in and giving him, some version of the shut the fuck up treatment. And then someone just shouted, he's having a heart attack. And I was like, oh, well,
You're like, yes, I am. Yeah. That's why you need to shut the fuck up.
I wouldn't go that far, ma'am. I'm fighting, but it's not that bad. And then they gurneyed him up and then they got him out. And I just kept going. I stayed on stage the whole time.
And you didn't do jokes though, probably.
I remember I still have the recording somewhere, and about 8 minutes in, I just said, "What's my role here?" As the paramedics were,
what do we need here?
Because I was sort of do
you guys like jokes? Or?
Yeah, I was directing them a little, and then I was like, I don't need the, it was kind of like being shut out of an orgy a little bit. I was like, should I whack off? What do we? So I whacked off.
Do I keep it in or out?
Should I tuck it? What's my pube deal? And so I just kept talking, and then I just kept going.
Okay, and then all right.
Yeah, it was a highlight. Have you ever had that? Not a heart attack, but ever had the major? It's
usually just my mom. Honestly, it's just my own mother. Yeah.
How often are they coming to shows?
Whenever I go to Philly, but now I've leaned in. I've decided that my weekends in Philly are for my family. They're not for to anything productive or anything, and I kind of give a nod to that in the promos. Like, my family will be there. You'll probably see I brought my older brother up and let him do stand up.
Oh, how did that go?
Did you watch the set?
No, I didn't.
It was like, it's always better than I think.
Doesn't fall in the 95%, so. That's another pre-show callback.
It's good.
Which I'm doing a bunch of.
And guys, you'll just have to guess.
That's the Patreon.
You put down in the comments what you think he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Have a guess. Winner gets 2 tickets to the San Fran show, especially if you're Asian.
Please take an Uber. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of jokes like that.
So how did you think he did?
It was.
Doesn't seem great.
It's never great.
No.
But the thing is, he I have to control it a little bit. I have to be like, it's your turn to come up. And he gets all excited. He goes, no, I couldn't. And then he comes
doing a lot of, he does all the shows?
No, it's just one. But he likes to get his friends nice and liquored up. He goes, we're going on a bar crawl. I go, great.
Yeah, you like that.
This is their first comedy show. They've never seen it. Oh, good. That's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They've got kids. They never get out of the house. Oh, boy, is this going to be fun.
Whew, a lot of red flags.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. Oh, we're actually getting a party bus. So
God.
I'm like, oh, good. This time they didn't get a party bus. But so they come in and they're just heckling all the openers. Like, I'm texting him, like, they're going to kick you out. Just as the club is going to kick you out. Just as the club, like not having anything to do with me. Like, I'm not even going to be able to save your table.
Yeah.
Because we have
there are contracts here.
There was a bachelor party that was being like regular compared to them. I'm getting bachelor parties now. I'm so honored by this.
Yeah.
2 bachelor parties in 1 weekend. Came to see me.
That if it's specifically for you, the worst is like a bachelor or bachelorette party when they're like, we just thought we'd come here. And you're like,
we thought it'd be cool.
Yeah, and you're like, no.
These were fans.
That's great.
Their guy friends were like, we surprised him with his favorite thing, a female comedian.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Like, holy
awesome.
shit.
This is cool.
I love Asian people.
Are you guys Asian? No Asians?
I'm just guessing everyone's Asian from here on out. What are you, a white Asian? A lot of black Asians out there tonight.
A lot of black Asians, but it is hard because not all Asians look Asian. Like Todd. A lot of Hispanic men, I go, Asian? They go, no. I go, okay.
You're way, so you're just, yeah.
No hablo. I go, oh boy.
You're like, I don't think that's Chinese, my friend. I don't know
You need
much.
to brush up. You need to go back to the homeland.
Fabuloso. That's helpful.
But, yeah, no, he did okay.
Okay.
He was like, he just, it's like his work friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So he goes up.
I mean, it's so hard to do that in a big room.
It's just,
yeah.
the fact he wants to do it is so psychotic.
Where is he going up in the order before the feature?
No, he's going up during my set at the end. Like I almost forgot. Like it was like I was like closing up. I was like about to be done.
Oh, that's tough.
And then I was like, you know
that's
what?
Very tough.
Because if I didn't, he'd be like so disappointed. And when I've made the decision that this is for my family this weekend, I'm like, I'm just gonna give them the things they want rather than fight them. Where they will do it when I say no, and then I'll be mad on stage and it'll be bad for everyone. So I let him, but it's interesting. My mom, she like got in so much trouble with me when she heckled me. She threw a present on stage. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
She just really fucked my show up one night. I mean, really fucked it up. Like,
I've had that with friends.
And I didn't get, it didn't get better. It was like 5 minutes in and I just bombed for like an hour. I like didn't know what to do. It was so crazy. I wasn't ready for that type of interaction, you know?
That sucks.
And it was like one of my first weekends. I mean, it was just really horrible. And we were in such a bitch. I was so upset with her that she did hear it.
Okay.
And then I didn't let her come to shows. And then I let her come again.
Jesus.
This was years ago. I let her come again.
Pre-X.
And now, this is pre-X. Now, it's almost painful how hard she's trying to not talk.
Oh, wow.
That I almost feel like it's more distracting for me to not let her heckle me. Yeah. That I may give her free rein next time I'm there. Just be like, Mom, just do what you want.
You just can't find the right version. There's something, when I go do stand-up in England and my family comes to shows, it's always horrible.
Yeah.
And it's always as awkward as it can be. Like, I don't know what it is about them being there.
Yeah.
But like, I did a show once where they all basically slept. And that has just given me a complex since then.
Oh, when they weren't into it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they weren't having heart attacks like some of my bigger fans. Yeah, no, they were like passed out like at the show, just like, and I'm like seeing it and I'm like, well, what do I?
His drunk uncle was like heckling me. I was in Tampa Bay and he was screaming Tampa and everyone else was screaming Bay through my entire set. My entire set, I was like,
what is the point of that one?
It's just,
you're pride?
You know what it is? You give them free tickets and they're like, this is my show.
Yeah.
I know that bitch. You're like, oh.
No, happens for sure.
But I forgive him.
I get Gary chants at shows and there's a lot of that. And so there's times where you're like, you're not helping as much
and
as
Jose's your cat.
Yeah. And Gardner.
And Gardner. Wow.
He does both, yeah.
He's really talented.
He's Asian. A little Asian.
He actually he mows the lawn with Fabuloso. It's a wild.
It's actually really bad. I'll be honest, it's really gone horribly.
There's no grass left.
There's absolutely, it's really bad.
It looks like
there's a
crotch,
dragon who comes out of the ground. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really weird. I think I realized why it's so painful to perform in front of your family. It's because it's just a different hat you wear. It's like being a family member is different from being a comedian.
Do you think about people outside of that? Like, do you ever feel like, because I feel like whoever comes to shows for the most part, I stop thinking about it once except for when I'm in the UK in front of my family.
No, I know everyone that's there.
Yeah. Do you think about it?
Well, what happens is like they'll be like surprise you in the front row.
Yeah.
That I love when you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Someone that I had a very intense, childhood relationship with is now sitting right here. I got to like deal with it.
Yeah.
Or like my friend Matt, who's like my next door neighbor, who's been my friend forever. He like got up. I saw him get up and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm like, you couldn't hold your piss in for my.
Yeah.
It's 1 hour. You're I've known you since I was 10.
There's a lot of that. It's very strange what you'll notice. And just be like,
I'll
let it go.
I wanted you to hear this joke.
Yeah, you just
this
like
you'll
be
my favorite one.
You're leaving during the punch part. Piss piss.
But I guess it is like, I could just not notice them. But I notice everything I just have so much. I'm hyper
I am
aware of everything that's happening.
You become like a hawk. You are just like very.
And I can't like the other night at the Comedy Store. They're like, there are these they're these Australian guys that we finally quieted down. So just don't talk to them. I'm like, why would you tell me about them?
Oh, yeah.
So the whole time I'm like, don't talk to the Australians. Don't talk. I'm like, of course I'm going to talk to them.
Or when, I mean, it's honestly so awkward when people get tossed out. Like I'm always like,
I
well,
try
I'll
to keep
figure
them
it
as
out.
long as
yeah,
possible.
I'm like,
yeah.
I'll figure it out for the most part.
Mhm.
But there's very little recovery from that because if someone's getting tossed out, it's gotten bad.
Yeah.
So they're just getting tossed out, and you're like, so yeah. Anyway, they're gonna
No,
go
yeah,
now,
yeah.
and they're okay. She's calling me an
I
asshole.
go real.
Okay, all right. Listen, everyone. All right, look, come on now. Back to Facebook. Come on, gang.
They're carrying.
All right, look.
I like in your
She left her
scenario.
bag. Get her fucking bag. All right, hey.
I love your scenario.
How about that Uber rating system? I feel weird rating the. Yeah, get her. Okay. Don't throw the goddamn.
I love how it's a drunk woman that's offended by you in your scenario. Well, I had one guy that was like, show us your tits or something. And I was like, oh my God. And they finally kick him out. It's just like, you're just like, sir, I don't.
Sir, it's a really hard thing to come back from right now because that's kind of like sensitive, intimate stuff
And
you're
also,
doing.
I want to show my tits right now, okay? I'm doing everything in my power to not show them.
Yeah.
But then when he left, I could be like, fine, I can show you my tits. Like, if there's something like that they
Yeah.
were saying, I just like call that back. But it's like, oh, when they're mad at you.
Oh, yeah.
I've been the mound charged by people where they're trying to come fight me. I'm
Oh,
like,
what the fuck? Why?
like a comedy store back in the day.
Wow.
Pre-X.
Oh, wow.
Can you believe it?
The store was open back then? So this is like the Robin Williams era.
But it was this guy who I just made some like your mom joke to him.
Oh, well,
it was literally
you crossed the line.
No, but he stood up and he goes, "Don't ever talk about my mother." I'm like, and I didn't know your mom was such a whore that we would know her. Like, you think I know your mom? And I thought there was security, so I was like, just I'll fuck with him till he's kicked out, you know. And he was like to the stage before.
Like, your mom's a whore, guys.
I know, I'm like, guys, you heard whore? That's the line.
His mom's a big whore.
Well,
He's got a gun.
Well, you know the clubs when they're like, do you have like they'll be like, can I have a water?
Yeah.
I always pick something that's something I need.
Get him a cup of coffee. Yeah, I'll do that one.
This guy needs a coffee.
Yeah, I think this guy's so drunk he needs a cup because then you're like, I want to help him. Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Come on. We were just sobering him up. Oh, the poor guy. I said, get him a coffee and a sandwich. Now he's out of here? Boy, I think they think that's code. It surely isn't in the rider.
I mean, we should also be able to be like, get him out. Todd's job's so hard. Because I just run my mouth every episode. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I can't help it. All right, so you're taking advice. How many episodes have you done?
I think we're on episode 7. We're doing 2 a week. It's like half hour, 40 minutes.
Week?
Yeah. But it's like,
Times
it's
are tough,
1 or 2
huh?
calls. Yeah, it's not good. I bought a boat. I shouldn't have. Tampa. But it's like 1 or 2 calls an episode, sometimes 3. But it's just like, I mean, it might be that we just started, but we are having a lot. It's so fun. So, so we're probably, I think episode 7 is this week, or maybe it's 6 with Zoe Deschanel as the guest star now. Zooey, as you call her.
You're one step away from, 1 degree away from Michael Bolton. Did you see that show she did for a little bit?
Yeah, that's right.
That show gave me a lot of things.
What was that show?
It was the celebrity dating show.
Oh, right. Yeah,
the
right.
only thing was it wasn't believable that any of those celebrities would actually go on the date with the people.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But her being the host and Michael Bolton just singing a song about the celebrity, I was like, this is a hit.
This is Annie greenlit this one.
I'm like, guys, it's a go.
And we got Lumi, everybody.
Guys, my name is Julie Chen Moonves.
The creator of Lumi.
Yes.
Yeah, well, and I will say I did get a property brother follow.
I don't want to say that it's kind of easy. You only got one though? You only got one?
What just happened here?
I just feel like I could get that.
This is called stealing. This is like stealing magic from a man.
I only
got one?
I just feel like I could get that.
You have both?
I mean, they never followed me, but I could have.
Okay, so why, may I ask?
I just feel like I could. I think they're easy. I just feel like they're easy.
Well, then get them. If they're so easy, go get them.
Okay, tell Zoe I'm coming in as friendship.
Well, I can't message her. She hasn't done the follow yet, but I did get a property brother. Okay? I got one. I got Jonathan.
What if it was the other one?
Well,
but I made
edit
some
that
joke.
out. Todd,
I made a joke.
My career is hinging upon this moment.
I made a joke about like their other brother. I made fun of him.
Father.
And then they thought it was funny.
Oh, okay.
And then he was like, man, that hurt. Like, I was like, I didn't know you guys were like this available.
Oh, what?
Like, I didn't
Yeah.
mean to make fun of you to your faces.
Well, yeah. I mean, no.
And then I was like, but I wasn't making.
Then you were like, "Is there a third?"
I was like, I thought I was
Very
kidding.
quick to defend.
No, I know the third.
It's like when Louis C.K. would like message people and they were like, "I know your secret." He'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And people are like, "What?" I'm just like an accountant. What are you doing? He's like, "What's going on? You know something?" This is pre-X.
Did that happen?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, it was like people would be like, "He's got skeletons," and he'd be like, "What's going on?"
Wait, who would say?
Like someone on Twitter would be like, "I've heard some weird
Oh, and
shit
then
about
Louis
Louis
would
C.K."
actually be
And then he'd be
like
like, "What's your
paying
phone number?" And he'd call and be
Oh my
like,
God,
"Hey,
that's
what's Louis C.K.?
so
You heard
funny.
something?" And they'd be like, "Feels like it's pretty true to be calling right now. I don't know. I feel like, did this happen? It feels validating."
It is so weird. Like every time I've ever responded to a troll, you can feel them go like, "Whoa."
Oh yeah.
They're like, "Wow, this is
Well,
weird. You're doing this."
I remember. I mean, I've had many. I try to steer clear of the comments
Of
and
course,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But there's you get caught every now and then.
They
'cause-
tag you.
Well, yeah. Oh, the worst. The
Oh,
worst
don't
one.
tag me. Please don't tag
The
me.
worst one was when some guy, when I did Bert's cooking show the first time.
Who'd you do it with?
I did it with Tripoli, your buddy.
Oh, fun.
And then I just did it
Your
with Jake
buddy.
again, like 2 weeks ago. But
Fun.
Bert wasn't drinking, but I sure was.
He wasn't?
No, because he was trying to lose weight because he's going back on tour. So he was on keto. So he was smoking weed. But when
Which
I did
is like very hard to diet when you're smoking weed.
yeah, true. It's not great.
Drink.
Yeah, it's not great. What are you fully sober? Do you smoke weed?
I'm not. I don't smoke weed. Well, we got to figure out. It's not California. I'm like New Mexico sober. Like I do hallucinogens.
And beans.
I do ketamine.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I do
that's
know.
pretty good. I don't know what you
know.
would call that, but that's good.
Yeah,
I like
do.
that system.
Farmer.
Yeah, I'm farmer sober.
That's good. Finally, yeah.
I'm like I own chicken sober.
Yeah, you'll drink booze, but from a tub.
Yeah, no, I won't drink it. No booze. There's no booze and no weed and no.
I feel like we're in
I
edit
get a
town.
little cracked out about it. I turned into a little cracky with some certain drugs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, okay. So I did Something's Burning, and the comments in the I didn't read them. I was not going to go
Of
to the
course,
YouTube
I
and
just
read
gotta
the
go. Yeah, who
comments on
cares?
this,
Yeah.
And someone on Twitter was like, "Man, they're killing you," and it was like a screenshot of like, "This guy's so annoying. This like looks like a fat Aaron Paul." Like they were just murdering me.
Ooh, that's good.
It was bad. Not
You
good.
do
No-
look like him.
It was bad, and and so I was like, "Why? Why? I wouldn't have seen this." But then there are ones where you'll go like, "Oh yeah," and someone will just go, "Ha, I got you to respond."
What was his catchphrase?
Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
I look like a skinny Gareth. No, wasn't it? It said bitch
Something
a lot.
bitch, yeah. Can you give it to us? Camera? Do you want this to come out or not?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Below
I
the
hope the comments
comments-
are very validating.
The comments will be very nice
The
on the
comments will
ones.
be like, he is like a chubby Aaron Paul, but I wouldn't say fat. And I'll be like, I don't need the.
All of our comments are they like us and
Really?
they hate. Everyone's like, Todd laughing is so annoying.
Wow.
Can you imagine not wanting laughter?
Yeah.
They're like, it's pathetic. This guy's just laughing at everything she
And
says.
Todd,
I'm like,
what do you feel about that?
I don't know. I think it's funny. I think
Yeah.
it's weird because before I used to get that from like Russian people would always be the ones like
unhappy people
why
that
do you
really
laugh
don't like
so
to
much?
show.
Wait, what do you mean? Where? Just in your regular
in
life?
my regular life.
Russian
You
people would
seem
come up and-
problematic with your laugh.
Why
Please
you
shut
don't
the
express
fuck up.
joy?
We're all trying to just have some spaghetti. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so every time I see it, I just imagine everyone like as a Russian just being like, "This guy laughs too much."
Andy is very charming, but laughter in background is distracting and horrible.
But also, I'm like, why on a comedy podcast would the laughter be
Yeah.
distracting?
Yeah, no. No, it's good.
They're like, I'm trying to silently listen to these two people talk about
Excuse me,
their
I'm-
comedy writing
I'm not-
process. I want to hear more about how if they sit down to write jokes or not.
I'll decide if it's funny in my car. Yeah.
But I'm like, I love that he laughs. It's my favorite thing about him. He laughs in his sleep. He laughs all
What?
the time.
That's,
His whole
that's
family just laughs.
That's tough.
I know it's like it's probably a form of something, some sort of like repressed like
laugh in the sleep.
he does.
What? And your reaction is, oh.
I love it.
Yeah,
He's
that's
happy.
good. Yeah, that is good if it's happy.
All I want is laughter around me. I don't want
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, that's
Little
fine.
ketamine. And a couple bags of ketamine.
Little
But
ketamine, some giggles. That'll be little Loomy. Mama's happy. Drink a little Fabuloso. Go to bed.
2-3 pubes.
Couple pubes. I'm a happy person.
Puber too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I am blessed. Let me tell you why I'm blessed. Let me
Hold
tell you
on,
why I'm
hold
blessed.
on, hold on.
Let me tell you why I'm blessed.
Hold on, I got a question
Let me tell you why
for
I'm
you.
blessed. Okay.
I got a question for you. Did you know that about 5 billion plastic hand soap and cleaning bottles are thrown away every year? That's insane.
How did you know? Why do you think that wasn't what I was getting into? I was going to say, I'm blessed that I'm not plastic. Because if I was plastic, I'd be getting thrown away every year. But you know what? Here's what I love about
Blue Land?
Blue Land.
Well, here's the thing. Blue Land is here to help bring that number down. The idea is simple. They offer endlessly refillable cleaning products. Just purchase their forever bottles and cleaner tablets and you're all set.
Guys, do you understand that this is, you have the bottles and then you fill it in with these different tablets. It's amazing. I saw Maria. She dragged a little stool. I think it was actually the squatty potty. She brought it over. She stood on it. She got up there. She grabbed those little tablets. I saw them put them in. It's like an Alka-Seltzer, but it cleans your house.
That's crazy. And each tablet dissolves easily in water with no shaking or stirring necessary. So
I saw some shaking. Maria was shaking. Maria was shaking and shaking and shaking. With scents like Iris Agave, Evergreen, and Pacific Mist, there's something for everyone.
Ooh, I love that Pacific Mist. It just smells like the ocean. And I love being near the ocean. I love smelling that ocean water.
It is awesome. I'm telling you guys, this is like, it's so cool. It's so convenient. It's so easy. I hate going to Ralph's, okay? I hate going to the grocery store. I hate going to CVS. I'm chatty, okay? I know everyone that works there. I don't have time for this. From hand soap and laundry detergent to body wash and toilet bowl cleaner, Blue Land products are made from clean ingredients that you can feel great about.
That's amazing.
Blue Land has a special offer for listeners. Right now, get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/Anniewood. You won't want to miss this. Blueland.com/Anniewood for 15% off. That's blueland.com/Anniewood to get 15% off. And let me tell you, this product rules.
Well. What do we have here?
Oh, let me tell you something.
Let me hear it. Guys, taking a dump shouldn't cost a buttload of money.
That's not what it says.
Get rid of that expensive toilet paper and make the switch to Hello
These guys
Tushy.
are as filthy as my butt used to be before Tushy.
Listen, when you are using toilet paper, you might as well just take a handful of money and shove it up your rear, because that's what you're doing.
But not like the coins, okay? Because that might feel good. We're talking about paper cut type.
We're talking
You don't
about
want to get paper
cold
cuts.
hard cash.
Listen, guys, I like to throw my money away on a lot of things, but it's not toilet paper, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I like to buy cups.
She likes to buy bottles.
I like to buy things,
She likes to buy things.
okay? But I don't like to buy toilet paper. I like to blast my ass with water. I like to squirt water. Before we even got this, honestly, before we got this Tushy, we didn't know Hello Tushy existed. Before this, I was having Todd actually squirt water onto my hole.
You know, there's nothing more annoying than going to the grocery store. You do all your grocery shopping, then you go, oh, wait, I got to get toilet paper. And then you just got this big thing. You know what I mean?
We're in walking distance from our grocery store. It's very annoying. If you have to
It's
drive
just-
the car,
It
you have to
doesn't
bring the
fit
test
in a
over there.
bag. You have to carry.
They're
a
always
bag.
out of those
It's-
little stickers that turn it into the handle.
So screw that noise.
I use toilet paper for one thing, okay? TPing houses on mischief night. The Hello Tushy bidet cleans your bum with a fresh stream of water that is 2 times better than wiping and prevents poo particles from spreading to your hands and everything you touch. And as someone who just trimmed their nails, it was very hard to type and wipe for many years. So Hello Tushy really saved my fingers. It attaches to your existing toilet, requires no electricity or additional plumbing, and cuts toilet paper use by 80%. 80%. A Hello Tushy bidet pays for itself in under a year.
Well, I heard this baby even installs in less than 8 minutes, and it's the simplest and best home upgrade you'll ever make.
Now that's very interesting because there is one that's not been installed. Okay, by the way, I've gotten these for my whole family. Everyone's so excited. My dad is 82 years old and he did not even know a bidet existed. And I'll tell you, we went on vacation. Our rental home had a Hello Tushy in it.
It had a
Can you
Hello
believe
Tush?
it? So there's a place in I can't remember what it's called in New York, but
Did they use promo code Annie for 10% off?
no, I think they were these losers that don't follow the show that just had to buy a
Full price
full
bidet?
price bidet. But you guys don't have to do that. And buy your bidet today. Create a total bathroom oasis with Hello Tushy's bamboo toilet paper, bum towels, tissues, and even an ottoman to make sure that the porcelain throne lives up to its name.
An ottoman, so it's like this. You get this and you sit like this.
Oh, I love that.
That's nice because when I'm on that toilet and I have that squatty potty, my legs fall asleep. If I had an
Yeah.
ottoman, it'd probably cushion that sleep.
When I'm on there, I like to just use Randy as the squatty potty. I just put my feet right on Randy.
Oh,
He loves
I
it. He's
love
hoping to
that
get
guy.
poop particles, but there aren't any because I use Hello Tushy. Stop wiping and start washing. Go to hellotushy.com/Annie and use promo code Annie for 10% off your first order. That's hellotushy.com/Annie for 10% off. Oh my God. Okay, I want to make eye contact with you guys for this one because you know we've been on our Ripped and Rich challenge for quite a while.
Ooh, it's been a long journey for us.
It's been, guys, our before is stretching out. Our before picture is stretching, okay, over the decades and the months.
And let's be
Bacon.
honest with ourselves. Just getting into the studio on time is hard.
Which you guys actually know for a fact is true for me.
Don't make your afternoons even harder with a trip to the grocery store. Like we said, we hate going to the grocery store.
I don't like going. I don't want to go anywhere.
Well, good thing HelloFresh sends you pre-portioned ingredients and a delicious seasonal recipes right to your door, so you can skip the shopping and get right to the cooking.
Picky eaters in your house? No problem. HelloFresh menu includes 40 recipes and over 100 add-on items to choose from every week.
Ooh,
With
I love those add-on items. They're
Do
my
you?
favorite.
Well, you are a picky eater.
I just like to add on little items. I like a little more extra garlic. I like a little more broccolini. I like a little more cauliflower.
With vegetarian, family-friendly, and fit and wholesome options to choose from, HelloFresh has you covered no matter what you like to eat.
I love those family-friendly meals because it's just, you get a picky eater like this one here. You have to get
I'm not
just
a
the
picky
hits.
eater.
You got to get the hits, and that's what family-friendly is.
I'm a healthy eater, okay? I do fit and I do wholesome, okay? And listen, let HelloFresh take some work off your plate while you finish and lick your plate. Go to HelloFresh.com/50Anniewood and use code 50Anniewood for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. That's such a good deal.
That's a great deal.
That's HelloFresh.com/50Anniewood and use code 50Anniewood for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
And then when
Okay.
did you get engaged?
We got engaged last month
Oh, wow.
in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
We went to see Chris Angel.
He's still
It's so
still
crazy.
doing it, huh?
Gareth,
How's
it's
it going?
crazy. It's crazy.
It's funny because I watched
Mind freak?
No.
Okay.
You clearly did and don't like my
No. No.
I'm mind freaking you. I did. How crazy is that?
Todd, can you edit me levitating?
But I watched clips of it recently for a thing and masturbating.
I
And
know it can't be a thing. We're on a strike.
masturbating. No, it wasn't a WGA thing.
Interesting.
I'm working in Bolivia, which is legal. It's a carve out. And it was so crazy set up. Like
No.
fake.
It's
Yeah, I know.
insane. No, we watched this guy, who was that YouTuber?
Oh, I forget, but it was really
He was great. There was this YouTuber that he goes and like breaks down why Mind Freak is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's
I didn't
so
know.
good.
Okay, so what is
in
this?
your head you remember him you're like, oh, he was cool, he was awesome.
Well, I remember I was like,
Oh, yeah,
like
that
a
guy,
little David
abs.
Blaine-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, abs. Yeah,
Some abs.
he's dating Hugh Hefner's wife. Whatever.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. But
Some
so then
Playboy Mansion.
what was the
Let's just say he wears like a thing now.
what's
It's
that?
like
Codpiece?
is that what it would be?
Fake abs?
what?
No, he's not wearing fake.
He's pregnant.
Don't bring up fake abs.
Oh,
like,
sorry. Abby Lederman. Sorry.
That's my mom's name.
Oh, whoa. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, you know my mom? She knows you.
her. Yeah, that's right.
You're both fans of each other?
Yes, I follow your mom. I love her stuff.
I was like, Mom, I'm having Gareth. And she goes, oh, that we love that podcast.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Oh, that is cute. I know you used to tell me that they'd be like,
well, we've been on road trips, and it's like it's always going to be good.
yeah.
And then I'm very uneducated, so I think they like to see the things I don't know.
Well as
funny
the
for them.
ruse of the dollop is
Yes,
that I'm
it's
also
true.
fairly uneducated.
I mean, I know nothing.
I would say the ruse is
Now
I know
you know.
nothing.
But
No,
now you
not
know.
really.
No?
I think I haven't smoked weed in probably 2 years, except for on Bert's cooking show. I had 2
That's
hits.
so funny.
But I think it's made me remember more of the stuff we're doing. But I like the first 400. I don't think
Oh, because of the weed.
I think a little bit. I think
Yeah.
I was just high doing it. So I was like, in the moment, I was
How were you as a
absorbing.
student?
Horrible.
Me too. Do you think now sometimes I'm like, I would like to have like a Billy Madison?
Totally. I think
yeah.
now I really do. I just like, yeah, I was.
I would be so good. I think that maybe that's why people have children, so they can like go through school again.
Well, I don't know. My parents, it didn't work out for them. So
Well, he when did you decide you realized you were smarter than your parents in what grade?
Yeah, my parents couldn't help me with my homework past 6th grade.
Huh.
Like my
It was
parents
just
were
a
like,
wrap.
That's pretty bad.
This is too hard.
I
Like
mean-
once fractions were involved, like my dad was like, I can't do
That's
Your
it.
dad has no
Someone
excuse.
messed up that one. It's got a
Your
big
dad
200.
has no excuse. And by the way, he should know math from roofing. But your mom is ESL, English second language.
Shout out San Francisco.
Hey guys, San Francisco, you watching?
Shout out. No,
I'm
but
one
I
of
think
you.
now I would just be more.
Interested?
Yeah. The thing that's the whole thing about the dollop is that it's actually interesting
Yeah.
shit. And they could have taught me that in high school. I think potentially
Yeah.
they just avoid it because they're like, hey, you want to just shut the up and go to work. But there's so much more interesting shit. It was just so boring.
There was not even a chance.
I also hate it. I mean, when you think about
the idea of learning, I was like, I don't want to learn. I remember being like, learning, gay.
yeah, I also
You know what I mean?
like getting up
Ugh.
at like 7:30.
It was a nightmare.
Like that was like the worst. You're a kid.
And nobody wanted, your parents didn't want to be getting you. No one was
No.
happy. The whole thing was a very
What
upset
threw
thing.
school off were the people who tried to do well. They just needed to come
They're
to
my
where.
fan base, if you could be.
Sorry. All right.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
earmuffs.
Low ticket alert. What threw it off was the people who did bad, like me. I'm also trying to expand my fan base. If you want to come to join the Garmy, you're more than welcome, people. There's many seats at the table for all of you. Just come on
They keep
over.
dropping dead at his shows.
Yeah,
so.
a lot of my fan base is heart attacking their way out of some of these events.
You get a free ticket if you can show you have heart disease.
If you got a scar on your heart, you get 2 drinks off. Fine. It'd be perfect.
Free onion rings for you.
Free onion rings here. We're celebrating the comeback. Let's have some poppers.
So you think people that were actually good students ruined it? Those
Well-
people suck too, by the way.
Well, they just were trying.
They hated us because you were funny in class, right?
And yes. For
Oh my
sure.
God, they
My
hated me so much.
My goal was let's throw this whole thing off a little
Yes.
bit. Let's drag you all down to where
Yes,
I'm at as
yes.
soon as possible.
I was like, we're not gonna learn. No one's learning a
and
thing
then,
today.
and then they would sometimes be like, "Hey, come on, let her teach." And
Oh, I
I'd be
hate-
like, "Oh, here we go."
There was this girl in college. College was really bad.
College. I went to kindergarten college at Emerson. It was easier.
No, I mean, my college went out of business. It wasn't even a real.
Trump you?
It wasn't Trump. Can you believe?
Wow.
College of Santa Fe came back twice. They brought it back, and then it burned to the ground.
So God stepped in and
God was
"Well,
like,
I've
"We're
been pretty
done."
clear.
Yeah.
Stop."
I'm always like, going to Phoenix Online would have been.
Oh, way
That's
better.
like better because
Yeah,
there's a
better.
website.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, sorry, ADD. I
that's
literally just
fine.
like we call
Addie-
it TJ.
Addie
Do you ever
Letterman.
watch? Do you watch? And give me some Adderall. Do you watch the challenge? The reality
Yes.
show? Yes. Do you?
Yes.
You do. We call it TJing when I forget what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
I'm like all of a sudden just completely blank.
You should, boy. What you should have told me is like, all right, you're gonna try to get on top of there as fast as
I'm
possible.
like, it's trivia.
Oh my God.
You watch it?
Yes.
Currently.
And you know who else does? Jake Johnson.
Oh my God, it's my favorite show.
It is.
You know we are.
trash.
We're in the world.
How?
Jordan, Wes, we're friends with all of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We don't have CT. Jordan was on the show.
was at a Halloween party with CT once, and it was.
Were you dressed as him?
I went as CT.
You went as DM?
I went as Fat CT. This is before I was doing Fat Aaron Paul. Yeah, a CT Halloween party, and it was like fantasy camp.
Oh my God.
Because he was awesome.
He's the best.
We were smoking weed. We were drinking. This is like prime CT.
And were you like hovering, like asking questions?
I was trying to be like, there were like women there who were like, ooh, and I was like, I'm sucking his dick. You know, I was like, get out of here.
I have no chill around them. I'm like, I'm weak in the knees. Tell me everything.
No, I
want
would be
Tori.
too.
I have my eyes on Tori.
Tori's grown on me.
Tori, come to me.
She's grown on me.
She does like all these videos of like her higher beat. I'm like, you're wearing like angel. Come to me. We'll talk about ketamine.
We got crystals. Let's party.
Come on.
Yeah. No, I love it. It is
It's the
delicious
best.
garbage.
It's the best
I love
show.
garbage.
But here's the thing. All reality TV has that like garbage aspect, but they're athletes and they're like performing at a level that's wild.
Look, this is what I like. I like when people get drunk. I like when people hook up, but I like there to be a little bit of a mission. That's why I like Below Deck.
Yes.
I
we
like
don't watch Below Deck.
You throw your hat in the ring.
Yeah,
I like Below
Captain's
Deck because they throw the captain's hat. There you go. Give it a toss.
Give it a tosseroo.
I like that show because the people are throwing the rich under the bus the whole time, and they work. And I like when I was in the service industry, all you did was just this is
I
the
thought you were going to
worst.
say in the service.
I did about 3 years in the service industry, and it was Red Lobster.
I was like,
I thank you for your service. And
did you really work at Red Lobster?
No, I did
That
work at a
would've been
seafood
good.
restaurant. I worked at Legal Seafood.
You were seafood too, right? Didn't you work at a seafood?
Italian. I did it all.
Yeah, what unit?
I was back in the house, front of the house.
Back and front. Nice.
Back and front, sometimes in the middle.
Thank you so much. Great to.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for that. But they hate the rich, and then they just go out, get drunk, and hook up, and that's why the challenge to me is.
And what I like about the challenges, they're very smart that people were getting like aging out of the hookups, and they're like, let's just bring in random people from other shows that are hot.
This
and
is Yugoslavia's next top model.
Oh my
like,
God!
Okay, I guess
we'll
I'll watch that. Whatever.
We'll take her.
This guy can hold his breath forever, so he's here. This is an Olympic swimmer. It's happening. This guy's a Santa Claus impersonator. We got
this guy's a hot guy that works at the mall. You're like, all right.
This guy he works at Sunglass Hat. He's awesome.
But it's great. And then, are you watching this current season?
I just started.
Okay, there's the last episode, Wes and Bananas forced to hook up.
What?
They were like, they know what it needs. They're like, okay, come over here, guys.
What do you mean forced to hook?
They just knew these people had a crush on each other and they just made it happen.
Yeah.
They're the best. Wes?
Yeah. I love it.
We hung out with Wes. Wes came to my shows in Kansas City, and it was so funny. He brought Nehemiah. It was so fun. They're everything. I want to let you know they're better than what you think. Every time you meet, Devin was incredible. I was like, Devin, I don't even mean to sound rude. You're so much better. Like I'm blown away.
This is the difference between our careers. You're getting the people from the challenge to be in your world, and I'm just sitting there going like, maybe someday. People are just dying at my shows. That is.
Well, you know what it is? I talked about them on Rogan. I talked about the challenge.
That's big.
And then it was everything. It came to me. Jordan
I
is
shouted that outside of Rogan's studio. I was like, I want to meet Bananas! And they were very...
Bananas won't give me any attention.
See, Jake is friends with Bananas.
Okay.
And that's, so if maybe...
All right. I know Sosie Bacon. You want to meet Kevin?
Well, I've met her.
And she's a challenge fan.
Is that right?
I always FaceTime her with them. She's like, oh my God, Nehemiah. She started crying.
Isn't that remarkable the way that my friend did the Kroll show. He was the showrunner of Kroll show. And he said the day that CT showed up, every man he was like, I don't know what happened to them, but every man was like, hey, CT, did I show you this funny video?
Do you remember Laurel?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Laurel became like the most feminine she's ever been in her life? When she there was like...
That was recent.
Well,
no? Oh.
The mustache was a little thick. I love you, Laurel. I have a mustache too. We're masculine.
Same here, Laurel. We're all in this boat together.
Excuse me, 2 pubes.
They're tied in a knot. I won't get into it, but it's sort of hammocks the penis. Anyway, not gonna Lumi. If you want to work together, I have areas.
But so Laurel was her girl. She was like cooking for CT. There was like one season where she hooked up with him for like 3
With
days.
CT, huh?
It was very, and CT was like, "Psh, yeah, make me a sandwich. And she was like, okay.
Oh my
She was like
God.
wearing his jersey. It was the weirdest
Wow,
thing you've
I
ever
don't
seen.
remember that.
Do you remember Emily with the pudding?
Oh, this is so. This sounds like something you'd hear in a female prison. You heard about Emily with the pudding? No, what? I don't remember.
She did. She put some brown pudding on.
No.
You don't recall?
No.
And I got to stop bringing this up because she's so precious. I follow her on Instagram, and she is like this angel. She
Oh,
lives
wait.
in a
In what, wait,
like
in what way was she doing?
It was bad.
She was doing pudding face?
But she didn't know.
You can't do
she
pudding
didn't
face.
know.
She didn't
really
know what?
She's like from like a Christian cult or something.
So
Like,
she didn't know. She didn't know what, that it was pudding, or that
She
you
didn't-
can't do pudding
she
face.
didn't know about that. You can't. That pudding has to go in the mouth.
Well, yeah.
If you miss, you better be elderly or very
Yeah.
young. You have to be under the
You
age of
napkin
2
it
or
off.
over the age of 90.
Yes, you don't put in mask.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I don't remember
But
that.
I gotta stop bringing it up because she really is like, she writes like poetry and like she's in her
Well,
car.
she has to have an outlet after doing pudding face. I mean, good lord. Jello was like, well, listen.
It was just like,
Yeah. What she, I don't
she
remember
just
that.
didn't know. But anyway,
She
we'll
didn't
send you a clip.
know. I love that
send you a
you're
clip.
like, it was a different time. It was pre-X. People were doing pudding face. You'd go to a club, there'd be a guy doing pee face.
That is actually the best. It happened to Megan. What's the lady, the Republican lady that she was on The View or one of those shows? And she was like, that was
Meghan
when we used to
McCain.
do, not Megan McCain, it was the other one. But she was like, that someone got caught doing blackface or something. She was, that was back in the day when we all used to do blackface. And they're like, you're out.
Hey, all right, listen, we don't need to wait on your picture.
Yeah, they're like,
Get out.
They're like, it was cool.
Everyone was doing
But
it.
how is it that every person that gets caught in it has multiple times they did it?
Well, I've
It's
heard
like-
it's addictive. I have heard that it's quite addictive. That's
It's
why
a
I've never
gateway
tried
drug.
it. Yeah, it's the gateway face.
It's so
I've never tried
funny.
it because of that. I hear the high's
You get
amazing.
hooked. No, but it literally seems like they get high off of it.
Well, I guess if you have that level of a blind spot, you're like, hey, I got like a character I do. You know, I feel
People
very.
love it.
Yeah, some people, but some markets are not loving it. Certainly, my Black Asian fan base has not returned to my shows. But yeah, I don't know. I guess if you do it I don't know. I've often been like, well, I feel so good about being like, I don't have to worry about one
Yeah.
of those. That's a good feeling.
Did you see the clip I posted where I went on morning TV and I said
Mm.
news? they go, oh, did anyone tell you look like Scarlett Johansson? I have like a joke. I go, not since her nudes leaked. And they got really like scared. I said nudes. So I go, oh, are you scared? I said the N-word. And then they like lose that. They're like short circuiting.
Oh my God.
And it was so crazy. But the club owner thought it was funny
Yeah.
and texted my agent. Annie said the N-word on TV, but didn't explain.
That's not a great way to phrase it.
He's an idiot. And so then I get off TV, and my phone's blown up. My agent called me like 100 times. I pick up, I'm like,
It
what's
must
up?
just be nice to have that attention.
Well, you know how you do it.
You
There's
do.
one word will get you that attention.
A little-
One word.
Well,
Say it.
finally, hello, another offer on this? What do you mean? Okay, and what's
So he's freaking out. He goes, I think we can figure a way out. We were in a meeting. We were talking about, I'm like, this fucking idiot. I had to explain to him, like, no. I said the term the N-word, and I didn't even mean to say it like that.
I
It was
did
just-
have pudding face on. How do you get on the morning news shows?
It's the most fun. So
I know.
certain clubs just do it.
Yeah, see, I've never
Just
had.
ask for morning. You have to go day early, which is annoying.
That's the
But
problem.
the best one I did Preston and Steve. It was radio, but
Oh,
it was like the best interview anyone's done with it. It was in Philly, so that was exciting. But they like,
your mother tried to ruin it, I'm assuming.
my mom did. She was listening though. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my
She
god.
was like
She's
shouting at the radio
Yeah.
at home.
She was like, that's my daughter.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I did to make her like that.
I
It's
broke
like,
the radio when I threw a present through it.
it was a fist. It was like
Yeah.
it was a rubber. It wasn't a sex one though either. So it was like
They're selling rubber fists.
My mom had
This
an
is a
eBay
punching
drop-off
one. This
store.
one's for the butt.
So this is why it was so annoying because I had to like I'm like the backstory of what I would have to explain.
Yeah, right.
So it was my mom had an eBay drop-off store and a nursing school went out of business or something. So they were selling all of their stuff and they had these arms that had fake cuts and the nurses would
Oh, okay.
stitch things up on the arms. Oh, it's here? Oh, we kept where?
Oh,
it
here.
is here. Oh my
Oh, wow.
God. I like to
This
commemorate
is
it.
this what she threw on stage?
It's what she threw on stage.
Yeah, this is tough.
I kept it. But it's
just-
like,
it's
how
like-
do I explain it?
It's like a whose line is it anyway routine. All right, Annie, now.
Now these vaginas
Yeah.
are. This is my dog. Actually, it's a picture of my dog. But it's like, it was so. I was so new to headlining, and I didn't have a fan base yet. There might have been 3 people that knew me that weren't my parents there.
Worse.
So they didn't know who I was. They didn't like me yet. I didn't know how to open a show or anything. And then there's just this thing thrown at me, and then I'm like blanking out. I'm like,
that's bad.
Yeah, it was bad. But I love her, and she's a crazy person.
Oh yeah,
she made
we
me
all
me.
love her. I love her. Shout out.
I love my mommy.
Shout out Abby. Well, okay, so wait, when you did the morning radio, that was the best interview ever?
They did research in a way where I'm like, I am literally the worst. And I have I'm like, so you got a
Yeah, right.
cat?
Yeah.
So you have a cat, right? His
Yeah.
name's John?
No, Jose. No.
Okay.
You drove a car here.
He's
That must be fun.
fat,
Yeah.
right?
I don't love the direction of this, to be honest. I have stuff I'd love to talk about. Not shame my cat.
But I mean, these men, they dug things up where I was like, I've said that out loud to people. Like,
Yeah,
how would
right.
anyone know this information? It was so cool. It was so fun.
I do one-nighters mainly, so I guess that's probably...
That's good.
Well, yeah, but
It's
you know,
better than
I like
doing a weekend that you
I
don't
do.
sell out and
Yes.
it's everyone's in hell.
Yes.
I'm
That
like, who is
definitely-
this for? You're like, who is this for?
Oh, I won't say where, but they put, I think I had an 11 p.m. show, and I was like, how are the numbers? And they're like 8 people. I was like, does this have to happen? Do I have,
why are we doing
I have to go
this?
through with this? And I did end up having to go through with it, and it was real bad.
You're
Real
like,
bad.
can someone just have a heart attack? So I have something to talk
I was
about
like,
up
I
here?
think this guy's. No, you're fine. Because you touched you're itching. Okay. You sure everyone feels fully
They're
healthy?
all foreign. No one speaks English. You're like, oh, wow, this is great.
We can do check drop whenever. I'll drop them off. Give
You
me
know
the
what? I'll
checks.
pay for this.
I'm actually.
I'll
Tonight's on
cover
me.
this.
Tonight's on Gary. Come on, everybody.
What's the tab? It's $100 for the whole audience?
That's
okay,
great.
yeah, I
Let's
got
do
it.
that. That's awesome. But I had my mother. So my mother had never seen me do stand up. My mother's a tiny little English woman, and remember the John Lovett's Comedy Club?
Yeah, that was in Universal or whatever.
Yeah, Universal City or whatever. It was like a real pain. It was like not.
Yeah.
John Lovett seems lovely, but the club was
Oh, when I've never been so starstruck. Have you met him?
no.
Oh, this is why when younger comics don't kiss my ass, I'm like, we're not born of the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah.
when I see, I'm like, I saw John
Oh, if I
Lovitz and
saw
I
him, I
literally
would
was
lose
like,
my
I was
mind.
sweating. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
John, rat race. I was like,
yeah.
the critic. I was like, I'm sick.
A League
I'm
of Their
sick.
Own.
I was
Oh,
like,
my lord.
I
Yeah.
was like, and he was like, okay. He was like, even like, just relax. I'm like, I need you to
Seriously.
like me. I went,
Yeah.
I need you to like me. He was
Yeah.
watching like a set I did. I was like, I need you to think this is funny.
That's great. I saw Jeff Garland one time leave the room when I was on stage, but that sounds great for you.
I'll tell you all about that. Jeff Garland has wanted me to leave the room when he was on stage before.
Oh, you threw a fist up there.
It was I was like, Jeff, I got a present for you.
Improvise this, Jeff. And so I had a show at the Lovett's Comedy Club where I was headlining in the sense that I was going last, in the sense that was a bad thing.
Right. You're like,
Because
oh
everyone
God.
was like
Everyone was
ready
like,
to
please,
leave.
can I go first?
Yeah, and so my mother lived in LA for maybe like 2 years, and she was about to move back to England to take care of her mother. And so literally like 2 days, she's like, it's strange, I've never seen you do stand up. And I was like, yeah, that is weird. And she was like, when's your next show? And I was like, later tonight. And she was like, well, maybe I'll come. And I'm going, okay. I'm like, it's at a kind of weird
Yeah,
club.
it's not
and
great. You're not seeing it.
I don't think everybody comes to, but okay. And so as I'm like there watching from the back, the room just die slow. Like some
Yeah.
people up early are having good times, but then, people are starting to leave and the people are starting to tire and the show is like 2.5 hours. And I'm just going, this is just,
It's not. Yeah. It's
the check's in the mail. I'm going to bomb and my mother's here.
You're like, a miracle would, like, for me to pull this off, I would have to, like, literally have someone stage a heart attack in the audience.
Yeah, which is where I'm heading. No. So I'm like sitting there with her and I go, I'm going to bring you up on stage with me. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you'll just sit there. So just trust me. And so I go, yeah, my mother's never seen me do stand up and this room's toxic. So I'm going to bring my mother up on. So I have my mother sit in a chair and I go, you'll just react to hearing my jokes for the first time. And so I was probably doing whatever, 20 minutes. And she's just sitting there.
It was like a longer set.
Yes, it was headlining. It was like, you know what I mean? Things were good. And so I'm doing it, and there's some stuff that's just dying, and I'm just going, you see, I worked on that for probably 2 years, and that's not good, But anyway, like there's some charm in the idea that she's up there. And then as I'm doing one, I look over and she's just in the chair. And as I'm doing, she's picking stuff off of her leggings. And I just go, are you fucking...
You look over, she's actually just cutting herself. There's
She's
blood,
got that leg.
It's just gushing.
She's just got yeah. She's got And I was like, if you're not in, she was like, well, I just wanted to clean my leggings. I was like, oh my God, it was like the worst.
Yeah, it's not. My mom will go like, she'll go, no, I liked it, and I'm trying to think of what she said she liked in my set this time. It was she was trying so hard to compliment me, and it was something that was
so she's not laughing during your sets.
She's like I don't let her near, like I don't have any clue what's happening. My dad thinks I am the funniest
Your
human
dad
alive.
is hilarious too.
My dad, I have my favorite picture that has ever been taken of me is like I'm performing on a stage. There's like you just see like the cutout of me, and then there's the audience in front of me. It's me from behind, and no one's laughing except my dad.
Oh, that's
my dad's
great.
like laugh, and I'm like, this is my
That's
life. This is
great.
all I've ever wanted.
My
It's
favorite
so good.
picture of you is when you're holding the dog's vagina. That's a great one.
I'm from behind. My dog's
Yeah,
like
you're
this.
from behind again. We've covered that. That's when you loomied your dog, which was prescient. Absolutely. This is pre-Loomy. Post-X, I believe. I'm not
Oh
sure.
my God. The problem with all the callbacks is how do we edit around it? But it's okay.
Listen, I apologize. You
Just
can leave me
be
hanging
less-
out there to dry if you want on
just
some of the
be le-
callbacks. Just
be less.
There'll be no
funny.
more callbacks
Can you
for
be
this
less
evening.
funny?
Yes, so
Yeah,
sorry. We'll
there
keep it
is.
in line. Apologies.
No. It'll be good. It'll be funny. What is your favorite advice you gave on your new advice show?
Oh God. I mean, a lot of times.
Do you think you're helpful? Or are you?
Sometimes I think we are, but sometimes I
They get
think
dark. Do they get dark?
no. A couple
Because you have someone helping.
Yeah, but so we try to not get too dark. We want to keep it like fairly light, like because I don't think we'd be good at solving major issues.
Right.
So it's like there was a guy who got his boss.
Can't even end the strike, can they?
No, we tried. Yeah, we tried. There was a guy who called and he got his boss tickets to an ostrich farm for his
Okay.
birthday and like left him on his desk, and then his boss never brought it up. And he was like, what do I do? And then we were like figuring out that the ostrich farm was like 3 hours away. And we're like, does he like ostriches? And you know, the guy
What was his job?
I can't. I don't know. He was
Yeah,
like
that's such a weird, like, unique thing that.
oh, it made no sense. Like as we got through it, we were like, the guy gave you no breadcrumbs towards an ostrich fantasy camp, and you're asking him to drive 6 hours. It's insane. It was like in Solvang, and we figured out how long. So
And he just doesn't want to bring it up because he doesn't want.
because he's
Him,
like
he doesn't want him to go. Did you go?
yeah, and he doesn't want his boss to be like, it's like a crazy thing. Like that's like assault. You know, that's what you did to me was assaultive. So we were like, I think you just let it be. There was another guy. There was a woman who had tattoos she'd hidden from her parents. And
Okay.
she was like, I don't know, like 30.
Yeah.
And so she would still put makeup over her tattoos. And she was like, I want to. So we were like, tell him, like, show him.
She's like, I want to come out as a hairdresser, but
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Right, yeah. And so we were like, yeah, just, you know, we kind of said, do it. We were like,
Yeah.
do it. And just here's how you.
You find out she's been killed. She's been beheaded.
Her head was cut off. But she was at my show. And then she videoed telling her dad it. And her dad at the end of it was like, I wish I didn't know that. And we were like, that wasn't good advice. But sometimes.
Her dad was just like, I never needed to know this.
Yeah.
How old was her dad, too? Was he like.
I
pretty old?
mean, no, you know, he was like 60.
Yeah.
Something like, yeah, so he didn't get it. But then there was a woman who was cat sitting and had roommates. But
You
so
have a cat.
that's a perfect segue into Loomy. So my pussy loves the stink. So my pussy's shitbox. The litter. Oh boy, we're way off track here. So she had roommates, and then she was cat sitting, and I do have a cat, and she was cat sitting, and so she lived with people, and she was alone, and so she just was like, oh, I was just like masturbating like furiously all week, and then she realized they had like a cat cam thing, and she was like, so she didn't know, and so.
Oh no.
Yeah, and she hadn't mentioned it. She hadn't talked to him in like 2 months.
Never.
And so, yeah.
Never talk to them again.
Well,
What'd you say?
I said maybe it's time to float out there just to see. to float
Was
out.
it a couple?
Yeah. So float out there a little like, how's the cat been? Something like that.
Oh my God.
But she left it for so long that and sometimes people won't take our advice, but we also do like bad.
Now that story.
It brings us right to Lumi. Lumi. If you're feeling fumy, use a little Lumi. Give it a whirl. Gentlemen, you got back gines. Use it.
Do we have
Sometimes I'll butter my butt cheeks like it's a mayo sandwich. I don't know.
Do we have Lumi on this episode?
Now we do.
I don't know.
That'll be good.
I put so much on there, it sounds like I'm
in.
sneaking butter through the airport. But then sometimes like we'll do we'll give like a variety of options.
Right.
Like, you could do this, you could do that, but probably this.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot. The calls are great.
Yeah.
Like the calls are really great.
I had a show on Spotify Live. So it was like, what's the one that, it was like kind of like Clubhouse where it was just audio.
Yep.
And the premise was, don't bore me, like tell me a story that's going to like keep me interested. And there was no producing. It was the most depressing. I mean, where my don't bore me's at? Remember?
I'm over here, Annie.
Like it was
really
Gareth, it was wild. Like one guy like, and I've met him, his friend jumped off a building. They were on acid or mushrooms or something. And his friend literally jumped off a building when they were all tripping.
Oh my God.
They were in a penthouse and they were just like, oh, that one, I wasn't bored.
Yeah.
Another guy was like, who's definitely watching, this guy, he's like, you want to hear a crazy story? And we're like, all right, I guess, we're all listening. Like, sure. He's like, well, yep. I looked outside today and I saw a lump on the ground and it was my stepdad. And he's like, I said to my mom, I'll meet you at the hospital. I gotta go to Don't Bore Me. I gotta see I gotta talk to Annie Lederman. And we were all like,
can we go back to the acid guy?
We were like, yeah. Was that fun when that guy jumped off
let's go back to acid guy. Actually,
but it was so many things like that
crazy.
Where it was just like, you're like, oh.
Yeah, we avoid that completely.
It's so great. It's so great to just
Oh yeah. We'll get emails we'll get some emails. I mean, I actually had a guy at a show recently come up to me after and he's like, I sent an email, and he had a very dark story and he's like, am I going to hear back? And I was like, you're probably not going to hear back. That's
But my advice for you now is buy some merch and
pudding face.
Pudding face will get you out of this.
Yeah, always. Your advice is always pudding face.
Are you selling merch?
Yeah, I sell pins.
What is it?
Pins on my cat.
That's cute.
Things are good.
What? Okay, how old's your cat?
He's 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 9, maybe 10.
Do you have a plan or?
Yeah, for him
What's
to
next?
live forever.
No, I like look at my dog and I'm like, if you die, it's gonna be a problem.
Oh, I had part-time. I took care of a senior dog for like the last 3 years part-time. And she just passed away like 6 weeks ago. She had to be put to sleep.
But it was always senior, so you always knew, but it still doesn't.
But she was like, and I have a joke about it on stage, and I do mention she passed away, and I'm
You're
like
crying,
shocked that
use some Lumi.
I misunderstood the label. The tears make me not able to read it, but I cannot talk about it without getting
it's
choked
just
up.
So
I don't think I've ever.
They
need to live longer and we need to live shorter.
And why are we worrying about cancer? It's like, there's other things to worry about.
I'm glad you're finally. Yes, that's right. F you, Joe Biden.
We're done. Joe, you've done nothing
Joe,
for
you're
us.
like President Lumi.
No.
Oh, no. Sorry. No, Joe. Sorry. No, Joe, you're great. Wait, what am I'm lost. What are we promoting?
What can we make Lumi instead of Lumi? We just overwrite everything we say.
Meth.
This is okay.
No, but it like the grief, the level, I prepared myself.
You can't.
And I still prepare myself with my cat, and it's not enough. I got wind chimes that are supposed to remind you of the dog. And it's like I don't want to compare myself to a Vietnam veteran. I know we both served. But I feel like
a Vietnamese restaurant veteran.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I remember noodles. But I think about it constantly. I think about it every day.
What happens with the chimes?
They go off all the time, and I'm like, that dog was the best. And then I'm like, and then I have a moment to myself, and I hear the chimes, and I go, she's dead now. And it's just like that. Yeah. How old is your dog?
He's only 3, but
still.
It's gonna happen.
I think around
Three
three or four is when you start going, now you need to understand.
like,
you're a forever
don't
pet.
run away so
you don't
much.
go anywhere.
Yeah.
You live here.
Well, he escaped. He was at the dog park with him, and I get a call from Tyler. He's like, "Where's Randy? Randy's not with us." And you can hear everyone in the neighborhood's like screaming Randy. There's just like Randy, Randy, Randy everywhere. And he's like, "Go outside." And I go outside, and Randy's he's all scared. He's just standing there. Oh my God. It was just like, I love you. Sometimes I have dreams that he's dead. And I'm so grateful for those dreams because I get to wake up.
I know.
And it's like, you're alive, you're here.
Those are the best. The dream, like dreams like that.
Like, I don't have any more of
Is
those.
there a name for that condition? Oh, yeah. No. Now I wake up and I go, oh, no, there'll be no more sleep tonight. Is there a term for when you like murder someone in a dream and you wake up and you go, oh, thank God.
I don't know. That happens to me every time I do ayahuasca. That's basically, I'm just killing my parents. 8 times I'm doing it again after my
6.
special.
That's crazy.
Well, 8 times drinking it, but 4 weekends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Are you 6 times going?
6 times and 6 times each time. Yeah. One each time. Am I drunk?
Are we on ayahuasca?
I feel like I might be.
I just have a bucket behind you.
Yeah.
Surprise!
I need another one. I'm doing a double ender. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, but I'm always murdering people and then
oh really
like not killing, but my subconscious is killing them and then
interesting.
I'm mourning them. I'm getting over it. I'm realizing the love is still there, and then I'm waking up going,
I've died in it
yeah.
once or twice, but never killed. But yeah, that is the shit. That's my jam.
It is the best.
That's my stuff.
You do it like once a year?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And every time I do it, I'm like, why do I wait so long?
Yeah. Well, I get nervous before I do it. I go, I'm scared. And then I'm like, why was I scared?
Yeah.
It's the best thing.
That's people ask about mushrooms. Like people who haven't done mushrooms will be like, yeah, but I'm like, and I'm like, yeah, just take them. And then you'll like within, for the most part.
Whatever you're nervous about, you need to get through.
And it'll be like, normally you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like that's what I thought with ayahuasca. And then I was like, oh, it's just incredible love.
It's just the most amazing.
Oh, I need to love everyone.
The most loving
I need to tell everyone I love them. Oh, we need to.
I don't know how to say this.
Oh, right.
But every time I do hallucinogens, I always come back to the question, what about the pedophiles?
Yeah.
They're like, love for all. I'm like,
I found a group I can't connect with.
I'm always like, everything I do, I'm always like, I hit this wall where I'm like, what do we do with them?
Yeah.
But we don't need to talk about that. We have about 20 working minutes.
Yeah. So what do we need? Another 3 hours without the Lumi stuff? You can cut it down to an hour.
Oh my God, the Lumi stuff is so
Can you use the
funny.
Lumi stuff?
Yeah.
There'll be a way to do it.
All right. Yeah. I mean, we're being.
We love it.
Yeah, we love
I'm
Lumi.
obsessed with this. No, the Coke, the what is it? Toasted coconut.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Iowa. I'm like, toasted coconut ayahuasca?
Oh my God, they should flavor it.
It would be a good idea.
Do you eat a grape after?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't help.
It doesn't
grape,
hurt.
like,
It's not a lot.
I'm always like, this is, yeah.
Well, because you also, before you do it, you're not eating
you're
for
not
like
eating.
the day of. So then.
I never did the diet.
I do.
I've never read an email. My shaman was like, I'm like, this is how I know
Here's
it's
your
bullshit.
money. Where's the glug
And I'm
glug?
like, give me the gug.
I put my towel on
Where's
something
my
outside. Is that my hello? One more, please.
It is actually like that.
Yeah.
Well, how I met it, he was in the audience of the Comedy Store.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he like came to me, and then a weekend, someone had canceled his weekend, and he was like, "There's a spot." So it was like a day before. I was like, "Okay, I
you
canceled my
bumped
weekend
someone.
spots."
That's great.
He might have gotten rid of them.
That would be great. A bump would be great. An ayahuasca bump.
Oh, can we just do a bump of it?
Oh, in the stall.
Why do I have to? Why do I have to drink it? There's gotta be.
Yeah, no. The whole story about how that came, like ayahuasca's only existed.
Did you learn this from Dave Anthony?
Yeah. Dave made it. No, it was like I think it was in Brazil. Like they were like playing around, and one guy was like, "Mix that with that." Like, because it's a root in a vine.
Get ready to diarrhea.
Yeah, and then some guy was like, "What if we try it?" And everyone must have been like, "Dude, you are what? Get this guy. This guy's amazing. What other ideas do you have?" And he was like, "What about something for your bivalve if it gets jungle stanky?"
They're like,
it's hot out here.
It's actually an interesting story. It's very similar. There was a jungle involved.
Yeah.
God damn. It's like, don't talk to the Australians. We're not gonna talk about Lumina.
Yeah.
No, it's so crazy. It's so good. And but it does taste so fucking bad.
Terrible.
It's so bad.
Terrible.
Hmm.
That's it. But you kind of are like, you're
My
not that.
shaman's so cool though.
I love mine too.
And he's gay, thank God. Like,
That's good.
I need him to be gay. If I had an ayahuasca shaman lean in, every inappropriate man is like leaned in for a kiss. Like, can you imagine?
Oh, well, the first place I went
Was it a female?
No, it was a dude. And he was very much like, it's like any cult.
Yeah.
Like it was like, you know what I mean? It's like, if you just dip into a cult for like free food and drugs, and you're like, I'm out of here. Like you got to go, like, so I had that deal with it.
Yeah.
But other people were hanging around and a lot of his stuff was like, he's like, no coming and stuff like that. Like he was like, so I had a buddy who was like into it and he was, whatever, not coming. And I was like, I'll come. That's cool with everyone.
Yeah.
And turns out the shaman was just trying to like fuck everyone and was
really?
like cheating on his
So
wife and all
weird.
this shit. And while he's up there being like, it's very important to,
Yeah.
And I was like this, I didn't want to follow anyone in that capacity.
No,
but
no. I always have many people, but my Shami, I love him.
Shami is,
My Shami.
my Shami is,
He's
can that be
it reminds me of Fabi.
a Fabi? He was
No,
Shamio
but
and then he got on a roller
I'm always
coaster.
like at the end, I feel so much love for him. I'm like, do you want a hand job or a blow job or anything?
do
He's always
anything.
like, get away from me. He's like, ugh.
No.
He's so disgusted by me.
Don't touch Shami.
He's so disgusted.
Don't touch Shami.
No, he's the best. I'm Shaman's pet.
Oh, that's good.
He
I
loves
get along
him.
with mine great.
Yeah.
I
I
love
know
her.
I'm sure you're.
I love her. Awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely angling. I don't know if I'm her favorite, but we text and it's cool.
I have that too. Like, I think that's why I can't have too many gurus because I want to like meet them, and I can't.
How many gurus are you at?
I listen to a lot of different people.
You do?
I listen to
Who are you listening
I
to?
listen to Joe Dispenza a lot.
Okay.
Coming for you, Joe.
Yeah. Wow.
No, I am.
Jesus.
Like it's like I need special
We're at
treatment.
An hour and a half. By the way.
Oh my God. Todd's
when you
bored.
take ayahuasca, you die.
That's why he wants to. He's like, let's
Yeah.
just get out of
I saw you
Joe
rip the cord out of it.
Joe Dispenza, Esther Hicks. Have you listened to that?
No.
Ooh, it's weird.
Really?
She's like channeling things.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, it's weird. But I went to her live
That's
and
the scariest one.
Really?
people are like, it's demons. I'm like, it's cool. It's fun. It's just happy, nice
It's
things.
a little Fabuloso. Relax,
It's fine.
everybody.
Just chug a little, take a shot of Fabuloso.
That's
and
actually the first
wipe a
time I
little
did
lube on your
ayahuasca. It was
pussy.
Fabuloso. And I had to call poison
He also
control.
used it as lube when he
yeah,
was,
yeah, for sure.
No, you could definitely take advantage of people in those
There
situations.
are stories of that shit that are the darkest thing. There's a story about, like, that's why anyone who asks, I'm like, just make sure you know someone who went there. Because there's a story about.
That's so funny. I'm always like, it'll find you.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
always
not
said that. I'm like,
they'll
if
show
you
up to
really
your
put in for that,
shows.
go.
You'll meet your Shami at your show.
You'll be his favorite
I'm not
comedian.
a comedian. He'll come to a show.
Well, everyone's like, can I have
I
his
work
name?
in
I'm
IT.
like, no.
Yeah, no, he's my Shami.
I'm like, he's my Shami. He's
Yeah.
my international drug dealer.
Yeah.
You are not going to get
You'll
his info.
figure it out. It'll come to you.
I always said, I'm like, the universe will bring it to you.
Yeah, no, because there's a story about a shaman who like did that made like some people murder someone.
No.
Yeah.
On ayahuasca?
Yes.
How could murder come from ayahuasca?
He was like, this is where you're supposed. And people are like, okay. And then they like came out and they were like, hey, I don't think that was the right message. And he was like, all right, listen, I'm not a Shami. I'm just Fabio and a seagull hit me. I'm the Fami. I'm your Famin. I'm your Fabin.
All right, guys. We have to end it just 'cause
Fabuloso. Is there anything
oh my
there, Todd?
God.
Todd, if you can put that earlier, it might work better.
This has been illuminating.
Oh, there we are. And we're back.
And we're back and we're out. Gareth, where can people find you?
You can find me downtown. I am at Reynolds Gareth on social media. We're Here to Help is my podcast with Jake Johnson. If you're in the UK or Ireland, you can go to Gareth or anywhere. I'm
When
all
are you
over the
leaving?
place. I leave a week today.
Okay.
I only fly
You're
on
not going to do it for the
9/11.
20th.
No.
Okay.
You can go to GarethReynolds.com. I'm all over the place. I'll be in Australia in November, England the 13th through the 24th, and listen to We're Here to Help and The Dollop. Those are my podcasts. And Lumi. Listen to Lumi.
Sue me, Lumi.
Sue me, Lumi. What are you going to do? Lumi once.
Really do. We love each other.
It's the meat and potatoes.
Welcome to Anniewood. This is the land of the standies, annies, and fannies, and all of the sleeping nannies. Yeah, welcome to Anniewood. This is the land of the standies, annies, and fannies, and all of us see bananas. I'm gonna ayahuasca, I'm about to prosper. Blingy on my drinky, and Randy is living proper. Protector of the sick, she never let her fishes die. Never known to tell a lie, she even fixed Todd's eyes. Shout out to the slugs, shout out Woody's too. Shout out Estee and Kalila and the Anniewood crew. Cause this is Anniewood, you know that this is how I'm living. Real and never pretending shit, you know that it's a gift. Welcome to Anniewood. This is the land of the standies, annies, and fannies, and all of us see bananas.